Hello, I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Caroline, and we're interior designers. More and more people are asking us about what we do and how we do it.
Which brings us to our new design adventure, the Design Duet. Join us as we discuss the ins and outs and the ups and downs of interior design.
Well, good morning and welcome.
Morning.
Today we're interviewing a young adult called Matilda, Tilly, and we're going to talk about how her process has come about of buying. So we'd like to talk about how she's going to dive into the world of buying and getting into the real estate market. And we're even going to touch a little bit on, interest rates and how hard it is for young people to get into this buyer's market and how difficult it can actually be. But we're also going to look into how she could possibly get some help and some information from us as interior designers. And, even if she would be up for actually employing someone like us to give her a hand along the way. So welcome, Tilly.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming along.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Tilly.
Well, my name's Tilly. I work full-time. Recently turned 30.
So old.
So old. And I just recently, decided that I should probably get into the market of buying and,
Have you been saving for a long time?
It feels like forever, really. I think you reach an age where you're just like, I should really start thinking about my future and what I want and where I want and, started saving. It's been a good, 30? So it's been a good 5-6 years now of saving.
And you've been living out of home while you've been saving?
Yeah. Not a good idea. In hindsight, not a good idea. I could have saved a lot more, a lot quicker and been in a lot better position. But, it was about the experience and everything. So,
and not everyone has the luxury of being able to be at home.
No, exactly. But I was lucky to, live out of home for 4 years and just recently haven't moved back in with the parents but moved to our beach house, which is really nice to have that option.
A little bit challenging at times.
A little bit challenging, but, it's nice to actually save a substantial amount of the money coming in.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Instead of spending it on rent and utilities and internet. The amount of bills as an adult is extravagant.
Yes, best not to know about those things until you're an adult.
Yeah, exactly. That you did hide it well from us, let's be honest.
So, Tilly, what do you want to buy, a house or a unit?
I ask myself this question about once a week. It changes every day. It's not about what I want to buy, it's about what I can afford. So my dream, if I was a millionaire, won the lottery, whatevs, would be a house in a good area, 3 bedrooms, have the backyard, get a dog, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where I'm at now, it's more looking like an apartment. Hopefully still a good area.
Yes.
At least 2 bedrooms.
Yep.
That's
got a
just
bathroom.
the realisation of the cost.
It's the realisation of the cost. As everyone I'm sure is aware, the housing market's increased it.
Soared.
It's just soared and, you can't borrow as much or the amount you can borrow is just the interest rates and everything kills you.
Yeah,
There's just so much uncertainty with the interest rates too.
Exactly. And I think that's what, gets to you a little bit is just like you just don't know what the future can hold and everything. So getting into the market, you have to work out, what is my price range, but then also like if something goes wrong, can you afford that?
That's right.
It's not just thinking about, I can actually get that. It's like if the interest rates increase, can I still have that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also you want to live too, don't you?
Right.
You want to be able to travel. You still want to be able to go out on the weekends.
Exactly.
And, have gym memberships and, go to footy, whatever else, is your interest. You certainly got to think about all of that as well.
What's it all for otherwise?
Yeah, exactly.
So, that leads me on to why exactly do you want to buy?
I think it's just I want something of my own. I think it's about getting into the market.
Yeah.
You know, learning what it's like to have that responsibility. I think it's just more about having something that's mine and I can call mine.
It's not just pressure. You're not feeling pressured.
I think I think there is a certain amount of that. Like you reach a certain age and I think people expect you to have things in order. I'm not saying that everybody does or everybody will.
No.
I definitely don't.
But it's a societal expectation.
But a societal expectation does come about where, you know, having a house is like the next thing.
Yeah.
You know, as a single adult, it's harder.
Yes.
But, the expectation to have a house is still very much there. But also, like, I just want something that's mine because I've worked, you know, for a long time to be in a position where I could probably afford something. So, just having that is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, makes sense.
And what are your non-negotiables, Tilly?
We did say this at the start.
A toilet?
Yeah, toilet, shower, bedroom.
Walls.
I really don't have much at this point. It is, you know, 2 bedrooms is like what I want. I don't need a lot of space, but I need to not just have, you know, like a studio or if I do get an apartment, you know, like a little outdoor space, just somewhere where I can go breathe for a little while that's not inside.
Especially if you're working from home.
Exactly, and I do that. So it's easier if there's an extra space to go into.
Yeah, fantastic. And tell us, are you getting any advice from experts and who would they be and what are they?
I wonder.
I get a lot of advice from family members and friends. But no, I do have people that I can go to. I just haven't really started that yet. I was just this year especially, I've just really been focusing on saving. You know, you have to go to a mortgage broker, you have to go to the banks, you know, you have to go to all these people and, haven't started it yet. But it's in the very, very near future that I have to really get a hold of them and talk to them.
And so you're probably at that time the pointy end of actually saying I've got a deposit and now is the time I can actually do it.
Yeah.
So you do need to go and talk to
I do
banker?
really need to go and talk to, you know,
an accountant.
a bank
Exactly.
to see how much I
well,
can
that's exciting.
afford.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
No, it is
well
really
done.
good.
Amazing.
Tilly, do you have a style you are looking for? And is this going to affect your decision?
I don't think I have a style, not on the outside of the house. I really don't mind what it looks like. On the inside, I can create what I want. And I think that's the way I've always thought about it.
Yeah.
Like even if it's an older house, you know, you can do a lot of things now where you can change it around and make it into your own. Like we don't have to go with what's on the outside anymore.
No, I agree with you.
So, especially when you're trying to get into the market.
Yeah. You don't really have the option to I'm not getting something that's built recently.
No.
And if I am, it's a very small something. So,
And it might be more based on the location.
Yeah, exactly. Location's everything. If you can get, you know what they say, worst house in the best street, that's still the best house.
Yeah, that
for
still
you.
applies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
And tell us, do you have a style for your interiors, Tilly? And what is it?
I don't really have one. I like to say I'm like a minimalistic human. Like I like very natural, neutral bases. But then I like pops of colour, just here, there and everywhere. Like I don't want it to be boring, but I also want it to be clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you've got you love particular colours, I know that.
Yes. I'm I'm a pink gal.
Really?
Yeah. Pink, oranges.
And you love nature.
Yes.
And you love the sea.
Yes.
So you're very, outdoory, you love, green and blues.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the house would be have a lot of plants and stuff,
Yeah.
They'd be dead after a little while, but I'd have them at the start.
But I guess you're more thinking, I just have to get the property first.
Yeah. Just anything. I'm very natural and then colour.
And is that
in
all
places.
important to you, Tills? Is all that doing, putting your colours in there and, your style, is that really important to you in your home?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just a way to make it mine and put my own thing, my own flair on things, yeah.
Self-expression.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think you'll do any DIY?
I think probably it's necessary.
Do you have any of those skills?
No, I have no skills.
So will you be Googling that?
There's a lot of
YouTube.
Google, a lot of YouTube, a lot of probably Kmart trips to get their DIY things.
IKEA.
Yeah, just to start off, I guess, once I'm in a place, it depends what it needs, I think. I think the worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to have to paint, and that's just not a me thing. I'm not a painter.
You'll learn quickly.
You'll learn quickly. But I found these days with a lot of properties that get put onto the market, often they're done.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so often they're styled for the sale. So as a result of that,
They've just recently
painted
Yes.
it.
What a win.
Let's hoping that happens in your case.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and the same with the window furnishings and, lights. People are so mindful of all that now. So a lot of that gets done before you purchase, which is
Perfect.
such a bonus.
Hopefully they haven't painted the windows shut.
Exactly.
No, hopefully not.
And hopefully colours that you like.
Yeah, exactly.
So where would you go to shop for furniture?
Well, it's really dependent on what I'm looking for. I probably, the biggest splurges you have, like your couch, fridge, all of that stuff, I'd probably go somewhere reputable. But, the other stuff that you probably don't use as much or need, Facebook Marketplace is always good.
Yeah.
Salvos, op shops in general are really good.
Hand-me-downs.
Hand-me-downs,
That you can maybe repaint or restain or...
Exactly. There's a lot out there in the world of upcycling furniture now.
Which is fantastic too for the environment.
Yeah, it's great. And you can give pieces a new life. So all for it. Just, have to find a place, work out what I need.
Yeah, awesome.
So Tilly actually works with Caroline and I and has for a while. So we know her well and she knows us well. What are some of the ideas you've taken from Caroline and I with interior design and how it can possibly help you?
Well, so many. My brain, however, I can't think of it. No. So you guys have taught me a lot just about in terms of spatial awareness, what you need around you. The 3 rule, I learned a lot. So it's just about where things are put and where your eye goes when you enter a room. Again, colour, you've taught me a lot in terms of colour, what looks good together. Yeah, you guys have taught me heaps.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'm very lucky to have your wealth of knowledge around me. And I can always lean on it when I do finally get one to work out.
Absolutely. Well, you can always use us. We're always here.
Yeah.
How can interior designers help young people in their design journey? And I know you've answered a little bit of these questions in what you said before of where to shop and, and maybe reusing items and repurposing.
Yeah. Well, interior designers just have a wealth of knowledge that a lot of us simpleton don't. We don't know, in terms of cushions, in terms of just the little stuff, how to design, how to work out your spaces. People don't have that kind of idea at our age. We get a lot off Pinterest, we get a lot off,
Social
Instagram,
media.
TikTok, that kind of stuff. But interior designers are great because they know what works in spaces and, what we need in places.
For everyday
Yeah,
living.
Yeah. So they're just they're great. They have so much knowledge.
Do you think people your age wouldn't use an interior designer because they thought it might be too expensive or just an unknown?
Yeah, I think so. I think me working with you has helped a lot. But, like, I think for people who like my friends and everything, they probably wouldn't go to an interior designer just because they think it's for older people who need the help. Like, we don't have that kind of extra income to spend on, like, and there is no set price for interior designers, so we don't know in our brains how much things cost,
even though you could just book a consultation for a couple of $100, and get heaps of advice.
Yeah, exactly. But people don't know that. They don't know that they can just book a consultation. Like, I think it's a very unknown area
for younger people.
In our brains or their brains, is just it's for rich people. No offense.
Really?
It's for fancy rich people who have that extra income.
Right.
Working with you, no different, but it's just that's the generic thing that people have.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting because we definitely, want to make sure that people are aware that we are accessible. And, I know that a lot of people actually go and find an interior designer like they do an architect or a builder, and they've got to make sure that they fit with, and they gel together and it works well. And there's just so many young up-and-coming interior designers now, and even students, and that absolutely is another option that you could use when you are getting into, your new home.
That's right.
New apartment, whatever it may be.
And we want to help.
Absolutely.
We want to, it's already stressful for young people trying to get into the market. We want to help them with the burden of, oh, my God, now I've got the property, what do I do?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's spending the money. Where do you spend the money? This is your budget and you can't go over. So, often we find, with our clients, we find them saying to us, you actually helped me along the way with not just spending for the sake of spending, thinking I have to get a sofa. I think I'll just buy that one off the, a retail store. We've got something custom made for what they want, what their needs are and their family's needs are. So we often hear from our clients that we do save them money along the way. And I think that's important. It's something people my age just don't know. Like they don't know that that resource is out there. As much as you can tell them that it is, it's still that negative, oh, it's going to cost me money, instead of, oh, it's actually going to save me money.
That's right.
Like,
and you'll spend money to go to the doctor. You'll spend money to get specialist opinion. Why do people think it's different for our industry?
Yeah. Exactly.
Is it just an unknown?
It's your house. Like, it's where you should be spending money. It's where you're going every day. It's where you live. It's something that you should love. So getting that extra help and support from an interior designer, I think, is a great resource that is just so untapped.
Yeah.
But we need to use.
Yeah,
definitely.
I agree with you.
So you're nearly there. It's looking like you might buy soonish.
Ish, yep.
You're nervous?
Very, very nervous.
What are you most nervous of?
I think it's just the whole thing. I think once, like, touch wood right now, I'm not in debt. I don't have, however much money under me. So, I don't, at the moment I'm flying high, but as soon as I buy a house, I'm going to be, in the negatives. And it's just, I think that just changing your mindset to being like, oh, no, this is mine. Like, I can have this. This is my property. I think that's the good thing. Yeah, but, anything can go wrong in life, and having
but it always will, and it will whether you've got a property or not.
Exactly, yeah. I'm trying to remind myself of these things.
It's a goal.
Yeah, it's a goal.
But hearing you say, oh, I've got to try and get an international trip in before I buy a property, it's interesting because, I probably felt exactly the same way before we got our first home. I forgot that fear and that unknown, or I don't know what my spending what I'm going to be able to spend on just life when I've got the property. So
definitely.
It's quite interesting to hear your perspective.
Yeah. No, that is a thing.
Because your bills are always going to come in, aren't
Exactly.
they?
The
It's
bill's
always
always
gonna
going
be
to come
there.
in.
Yes.
Everything's always still going to happen. So,
It's just taking the plunge is hard.
yeah, it's putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
In anything, that's hard. So why is buying a house any different?
I know, but it's
Yeah.
exciting,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's so exciting.
And the fantastic thing is looking, the finding,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the finding, the researching, all of that is the
Yeah.
fun stuff.
and imagine yourself there, living there and, what the area's like and who's going to be your neighbours and it's all of that. It's
Yeah.
very exciting.
Have
Yeah,
you been
very
taking any people with, like a builder or anyone with experience in buying into the properties with you when you go to look?
Not really, no. I think, once I get to the point where I'm, definitely, yes, this is one I want to put a bid in for, I want to do that, I will get somebody to come with me to have a look.
Because do you know what to look for?
No idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
So
So,
it's something we talk about a lot.
yeah.
We're always saying to people who ask us, advice on this, a building inspector is just top of your priority list. It should be because anything you can't see can be a problem.
Yes.
So having a builder inspector, you go through, have a look at the property, and if you're right there wanting to make a bid, then definitely your second move should be having that building inspector come through with you.
Definitely, yeah.
Just checking under the floor, the electrics, just all of that.
Yeah, the
Plumbing,
any mould anywhere, any
termites,
water
Yep.
damage, termites, all of that.
things that are going to make you spend extra money.
Yeah. Definitely crucial to get somebody to look at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, thank you, Tilly, so much for coming in today. It's quite clear that this next generation, it's much harder to get into the market. My kids that are adult keep reminding me that we had it easy when we were getting into the property market. Didn't feel like it at the time. But, yes, you certainly have many more challenges coming out of COVID, interest rates, just so much uncertainty, house pricing going through the roof. I understand the fear. So thank you, Tilly, for talking to us about it. We're really grateful.
Yeah,
Thanks for having
Tills.
me.
Our pleasure and good luck.
Thanks.
Can't wait to come and have a look. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you'd like to get in touch, email us on thedesignduet@gmail.com or DM us on our Instagram page, The Design Duet.